Things like fear, turmoil, all those upsets. The spiritual teacher Acharya Prashant says we shouldn't treat them like enemies we need to fight. Instead, think of them as messengers. They're just well-wishers, whispering that something deep inside you really needs your attention. So what would happen if we actually stopped and listened?
That's what this explainer is all about. We're going to journey into the heart of Acharya Prashant's teachings to explore a really big question. Why does our inner world feel so chaotic sometimes? And what if that chaos itself is the key to finding a real, profound stillness?
So let's start with this really powerful idea. When your mind growls, it's not a bug, it's a feature, it's a signal. You know that feeling of being unsettled, that anxiety, that little nagging doubt? It's not just random noise, it's a message, and it's pointing you towards something that needs your honest attention.
Now here's where things get really interesting. The whole foundation of this teaching is that at your absolute core, your true nature isn't stress or struggle. It's a state of deep, unshakable security, of effortless rest. Just think about that for a second. Peace isn't something you have to go out and achieve. It's what you already are, deep down.
Okay, so if effortless rest is our natural default state, then any feeling of anxiety or doubt or agitation, well, that's just a symptom. It's like the check engine light flashing on your car's dashboard. You wouldn't just put a piece of tape over it and ignore it, right? No way. You'd look under the hood. That disturbance is just telling you that you've strayed from your true nature.
And that leads to a really crucial question. Does this disturbance just show up out of nowhere? Is it just some random cosmic glitch that we have to deal with? Well, Acharya Prashant's teaching on this is crystal clear. Absolutely not. There is always a cause.
The cause of that inner growl, that disturbance, it's what he calls clutter. And here's the kicker. It's the inner weight that we ourselves are choosing to carry, a lot of the time without even realizing we're doing it.
And this is the point that changes everything. The mind holds on to all this clutter for one very simple reason, because on some level, you value it. You've decided it's important. I mean, think about it. Whatever you assign value to, you're going to preserve. You'll protect it, you'll carry it around, and you'll let it take up space inside of you.
So what exactly is this clutter we're talking about? Well, it's the whole collection of needless baggage we carry around. All the anxieties about the future, the constant replays of the past, the attachments to our opinions, the fears we've picked up along the way. All of it just messes with that natural, effortless stillness we were just talking about.
This, of course, brings up the next logical question, doesn't it? It sounds almost ridiculous when you say it out loud. Why on earth would any of us choose to value things that cause us pain and disturbance? Why would we cling to what's needless?
And the answer is just so profoundly simple, but it cuts right to the heart of everything. We value the needless because we've lost touch with what is truly needed. It's like we're trying to fill a void inside, but we're using all the wrong materials because we've completely forgotten what the building is supposed to look like in the first place. So we cling to all this needless stuff because we don't know what's truly needed. And that realization, that brings us to the absolute root of the whole problem. The reason we carry all this clutter in the first place is because we're operating under a case of misidentity.
Think of it this way. On one hand, you have this borrowed idea of who you are. It's kind of like being handed a script at birth that says, okay, here's your character name, your job, your beliefs, and we spend our whole lives playing that part, totally convinced that's who we are. But our true identity, the actual consciousness experiencing that role, that remains a total question mark.
And this quote just captures it perfectly. We've settled for this vague, hand-me-down idea of ourselves without ever really questioning it. We haven't taken on the most fundamental investigation there is. Who am I really, underneath all these labels and stories?
So if the problem is a borrowed identity, then the path to the solution has to start with a question. And not just any question, but the most direct, the most serious inquiry you can possibly make into your own existence. This is it, the great question. Who am I? Not what's my name or what's my job, but what is the fundamental I that's experiencing all of this? This is the real starting point of the journey inward.
Now I get it. That can feel like a huge, totally abstract question, like, where do I even begin? But the teachings don't just leave us hanging there. They give us a practical, tangible way to actually start this quest, a way to turn the investigation inward. You start with what's right here, right now. Look at your body. Where do these physical sensations even come from? Then observe your feelings as they rise and fall. Examine your thoughts without just automatically buying into them. Question your most cherished opinions and try to trace your actions all the way back to their source. Keep asking, where is all of this arising from?
And so here we are, right back where we started. The next time you feel that inner turmoil, that growl from the engine of your mind, the invitation is crystal clear. Listen to it. Don't push it away, don't try to suppress it, and please don't pretend everything is fine when it's not. Treat it like a sacred signal.
Because ultimately, it all comes down to this. Honesty with yourself is the only tool that works for real transformation. You can't fix a problem that you refuse to even look at. So the final question isn't just, who am I? But maybe it's, am I actually willing to look?